Welcome or welcome back. I'm the Ink Archivist here with the next installment of the Diamine Inkvent Calendar 2022 Green Edition. And this is our second standard ink in a row. When I started doing this, I didn't think I would be so excited for just the normal standard inks, but here we are and I'm happy for everyone that I get. So this one is Cardinal, an ever so slightly orange red ink. And of course, standard means that there's no glitter, scent, or any other additives in there. So moving on to the pen I filled this with, I have my Sailor Too Hot Habanero. It's a Pro Gear Slim with an extra fine nib. And I like this pairing a lot because of that little tinge of orange that's in this ink. I felt like it matched this pen very well. So now that we've got a pen for the writing sample, I'll move on to do some swabs. We have Tomoe River paper, HP 32, Rhodia, and Apica to do today. So I noticed with these swabs that Cardinal is an extremely flat ink across all papers, and it comes off very similarly on all of them. So Tomoe River paper often gets the most sheen out of an ink, even non-sheeners. It really blows up the property of anything you put on it, and even it didn't get a lot of intrigue out of Cardinal. There's some copperish sheening kind of flitting around the edge of that sample, but it's far less pronounced than many other inks that I've put on it. So this ink has great properties. I noticed it was slightly wetter than some of the other standard Diamine inks. It just performed beautifully in my pen. I loved it. And no feathering or bleed through or show through problems here. And again, it doesn't really get washed out on those less fountain pen friendly papers. So if you're looking for a red that will stay true and vibrant across different paper types, this might be a good option. So now we'll take a look at some of the notes I did with this ink. So I have my Traveler's Notebook in an A5 size. I have some Tomoe River paper, and that's where I've done some notes with this ink. This is about a 7 out of 10. It's very readable. I'm sure most people won't have problems, but of course people have a variety of different needs. Some people need basically a dark, almost black ink. So I'm starting the writing sample with a Hokuro with a 2.0 stub nib, and you can see again that there is just not any shading on this, even in a broader nib like that. It's very even-toned. For the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, I'm pulling out that Sailor that we inked up earlier. Again, it's a Pro Gear Slim with an extra fine nib. I accidentally messed up the nib size on there, and I was like, alright, it's too late. I'll just have to tell you that it's actually an extra fine. And again, I loved the flow and performance on that. I really enjoyed taking those notes with this pen, which is made for a really lovely writing experience. So now I'm going to be laying down some comparison swabs, of course starting with Cardinal for the comparison. And then we will drop down the other Diamine Inkvent red ink that we've had so far, the Spiced Apple. And as you can see, the Spiced Apple is a much darker color. It also has chameleon glitter in it. And then we're going to have Irishizuku Momiji. Momiji leans more on the pinky end of things, where again, Cardinal's more got like a little bit of yellow in there. I'm sure the chromatography, if I had done it, would have been very flat with just a smidgen of that in there. And then lastly, we have Noodler's Red Rattler Eel. I'd say this is probably the closest of the three, but it's more of a true red. So here we are with the finalized swabs with the name on it. And again, this is a lovely color. I think though it might have some pretty heavy competition with the Diamine ink line. There's so many classic good reds from Writer's Blood, Ox Blood, red dragon. I'm not sure can compete with those. I think people don't like the orange red as much as the darker reds, but I quite like it, and I'd love to know what you think and if you would be interested in pursuing a bottle when they come out. But that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this and have a great one.